What's going on, team? I'm here, not to worry. We'll take a look into the market. As you guys can tell from the light in the back, it's a red day. That is for sure. Let's talk about it. Let's get to the market. Let's take a look at what's going on right now as we speak. Well, if we take a look here, we can definitely tell that we're dropping here off in the SPY. We'll see if we're able to catch a bottom here. But it's not only the SPY dropping, right? We're also seeing the Qs drop fast here. Nasdaq turning around. Are we finding our topping moment here in the 370s? Definitely having a big push towards the upside. Now starting to pull back down. We'll keep an eye out on these levels to see if we come back to the 9 EMA. 9 EMA is around the 361. One thing I can also see is what? You guys know how I like to use RSI, and RSI was starting to tell us that we were starting to turn around in the last couple of days. But the big thing is, where is that extreme point, right? Well, it's right around this 84, right? 84 on the RSI doesn't go too far towards the kind of the extremes up here. I'd pull it even more to like 87. So on that RSI extreme, you can see that we started now clicking to the downside and actually closing red. One of the things that you want to see is if the RSI comes down 83.98, then 82.54, but we had a green day. This is not a positive confirmation from the indicator. Now we're getting positive confirmation that we are getting the pullback. You can see the similar thing in the SPY. We had the green day. Now we're actually getting that RSI to pull back. Similar in different names today. And I'm taking some shots today, guys. Yes, I'm stepping up to the plate. There's one thing that's been going well for me, and that's the swing trading. So I'm stepping up. I'm using some of the good profits that I've been making to see if I can make some more. All right, let's go and talk about that. Today, I fully covered my Intel position. And yes, I know some people might tell me that it was a little bit early to take the money and run, but I took it at 11.58 at 35.82. So it got up there to 36.50. So not going to be mad about that. It did make a little bit of a push here towards the close, but I'm taking my Intel and running from this one. I think this one could continue to run, but the truth is it was a nice, like close to 18%. And I'm not going to be mad about that. It was a really good run here in Intel. I'm going to take that 17, 18% winner. I will go off with that and be happy because now that gives me more profits to use and use it somewhere else. Exactly, Hammer. Take those profits and use it somewhere else. That's what I was thinking. You know, it's a really good trade. So there's no need to worry about it. If it keeps going, let it keep going. I can always get back in if I need to. Let's take a look at somewhere else, right? Well, I said, you know what? I'm going to keep my XOM. I did take a shot in PayPal today, guys, and I took the profits pretty quickly. So it was starting to drop off. I was actually in here closer towards kind of like 66.50s. And when this went right back through the 66.50s here, just took some profits, took that profit and ran with it. I actually took profits towards 66.44. So it looks like I averaged, was down there and was able to take a little bit of profits on this, kind of a little bit of a day trade, but I didn't really feel too comfortable about the position. So I got out of it. Did it look good still on the daily? Daily still doesn't look too bad there on PayPal. It is holding in there, but if we are going to drop on the Qs like we are doing, and if we continue to drop, that's where I'm a little bit concerned about a PayPal position. So I took that off and I said, you know what? I'm going to continue swinging in which one? Well, I'm going to continue swinging in Chevron. So I actually added to this position already today. I've added multiple times. I'm in at 158.49 average. Of course, now we're down there to 157.76. So I'm getting to the point where I do want to take at least some profits here. So I'm going to go ahead and set that up right now. You know what? Let's take off a little bit here. I'm going to take off about half of the position there to pay myself on the day. So these are kind of shares that I had yesterday, but since I added to the position, I was able to pay myself today and now look for the big swing towards Monday. Of course, I still have oil short from XOM, and look at the XOM reaction. Look at the reaction that I'm probably seeing right now in WTI. You guys take a peek. We are seeing it up there, but I think this is going to end up falling down pretty fast here as I'm looking to see if oil could have a big drop here. And of course, look at the daily. Daily's looking good. As this stair steps lower, we can keep watching this trend. And as long as it keeps closing now below the 9 EMA, we're going to be looking pretty good here on this line. So I'm going to keep watching this line to see what happens there if we ever come back through these levels. But now we're getting through some other levels here on XOM, and we can just keep watching. As long as it keeps holding here and cutting down towards the next levels, next level to watch for me is going to be kind of where these wicks are towards that 103.96. You could say the 104 area. And then I'll be really looking to take some profits as I'll start being up about 4 points. I'm in this one from 108.42s, so up about 3% and trying to work this one bigger. Now, my bigger swings on the day have really gone to more of the SQQQ, so I've been building up a position in this one. I have an average towards 1907, so I have a pretty decent size on this one, and now this is really starting to work. Of course, this is going against the Qs, so I might be asking for it, but I'm going to swing the SQQQs and see if this can continue to climb into Tuesday. Of course, I also said, you know what? I've made some good profits in this name. I'm going to take another shot. I went short Tesla today. Been battling this one, guys. This one was a little bit scary when it was rocketing up here towards the 263s because I was ready to get out at 264. I have an average at 260.13 right now, and I'm looking for this to really just start coming down and cracking, especially overnight. And so overnight, I could expect to see kind of similar action where it could really break down and kind of get away from this gap zone. It is exhausted. I do see the RSI starting to come down. Now I just need this to close red, right? So we opened around 254.44. Right now, we're at like 260s. If we can make a nice little move right back down there towards the end of the day, we'll be looking pretty good here in Tesla. I'm taking a shot. It's a little bit of a risky position, but I did make some really good gains in Tesla, so I'll risk some of them. All right, let's keep going. What else is going on out there? It's good to see you guys in the chat. Let's catch up with all you guys in the chat. Do me the favor. You guys are enjoying it. Hit the like. I was able to start a little bit earlier. I know scheduled time was pushed back to 3:30, but it was really just more along when I could get live. Had a couple of things that I needed to finish. But let's talk a little bit about what's going on in the market. You guys put up your number one stock that caught you by surprise today. Smoke Tuna, Raz, Matt, how we doing out there, Jenny? It's good to see you. I see you talking about some other names. Ooh, some Tuesday run predictions. I like it, Jenny. I'll take a look at some of these names. We'll go up to them in a second. I'll do a little bit of ticker time, and we'll run through that. Hammer, how we doing out there? EKS, Helene, Kevin. It's good to see you guys in the chat. Smash it up. David, what's going on out there? As a reminder, this is a 3-day weekend holiday, as Monday is a holiday for the U.S. And yes, we will be off on Monday. If you show up on Monday at 3 p.m., I won't be here. I'll probably be drinking a good beer on Monday as I look forward to making some good pulled pork on Monday. I'm going to do a little barbecue action, a little outside, I got to do a little lawn work. But, hey, it won't be too bad. I'll have the smoker going. We'll enjoy it. All right, let's keep going. We'll see what else is going on. Matt's talking about Carvana bouncing. We'll take a look into some of this action. What about Dennis? I know, man. My boy Dennis needs to come through. I've been telling him to get into the States. All right, let's keep going. Let's take a look here. Other stock action, of course. We'll see if Tesla can make a move lower here towards the close. I think it's going to be all dependent if we can keep leaking out here in the Qs. Let's take a look here. Was it destruction all around? Let's take a look at some of the major names. Apple, Microsoft coming down today. Let's take a look at Nvidia. Nvidia actually at one point made a new high at 12.15 and then started to leak. This is one that I was thinking about also taking a short position and taking a shot on it. But, man, it's a big risk here. But I don't know, man. I just feel like this is finally the turn. The only question is, do I want to take this risk here on Nvidia? That's when I said, no, Mitch, I'm going to back out from this one. I can only tame one dragging at a time. Tesla's my dragon to tame right now. I'm not going to tame Nvidia, but I know there's someone out there, and I know there's traders out there that are probably thinking, man, if this could fall right back to the 9 EMA, it'll be right back towards kind of 411s, and it could start to cut right back down. We'll see what happens there. It's the 430 mark. It's a long weekend, though. to short Nvidia. Yeah, Nvidia short is scary. I'm with you, Hammer. Leon, how's it doing? Happy long weekend. No worries. I will definitely be enjoying it. I got some baseball games on Sunday. Gonna try to hit another home run. I'll see if I can get a nice video of it and bring it to the stream. All right, let's keep going. Stay focused. We're gonna ball out, or do you like ball the stock? Is that actually a stock? I wonder. BALL. Ah, yeah, Ball Corp. Man, packaging and container. I didn't even know this one. That's a big move there. All right, let's keep going, team. Stop loss at the top of the range. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, Hammer. If I did go for Nvidia, that's the only way I'd attack it. I'd even stop out at yesterday's high. I wouldn't even use the high of the day today. Personally, I would use Thursday's high. The 432.89, kind of, you could round that up if you wanted, but I'd be using kind of like the 433 area. I'd be cool with using that area as my stop out, but I don't know if I should take the shot. I mean, it's not too bad off of 430s, risking about 3 points, but you got to always keep that in mind, right? How much you're willing to risk there. You know what? I'm willing to take a really small bet, a really small one. Oh man, this might be asking for it. The big thing is at least oil is looking good for us, so what the hell, man? Why not take a little bit of a shot here? Let me see if I can get it up there towards the 80s or I want at least close to 430s. So let's see if we can get it above 430s in a second. I'm going to wait a little bit. I'm going to be a little patient here. See if I can get a little bit of a tick up. And then we can maybe take a shot. You guys, oh man, shot. Gabe said, don't do it. If I do it, guys, I'm going to do it very small, very tiny. And also, Nvidia is $400. So it's not like I can't take like the most shares of it. I can give myself 3 points risk, something like that. But the truth is, it could go right back towards all-time highs, which is 437. So I don't know if I want to be shorting up here. It's definitely not the norm thing to do. Let's just say that. All right, let's go to Meta. This is another one that I've been looking at and thinking, do I go after it? It's almost closed this whole gap. We originally drew this gap on March 16th of 23, man. That was all the way down here. Now look where Meta is. Let's actually extend this and draw it to see if we're going to be able to fill this gap here. And we are right there, team. So it could be time to maybe take a shot off that 290 or 300 spot right above and seeing if Meta is coming back down. I don't know, man. Is Meta going to keep ripping? Why is Meta ripping? That's another thing. Is really Facebook just ripping that much? I don't know. But definitely, it's been a long ride since the bottom. I'll tell you that much. All right, let's keep going. Meta to the moon. We'll see. All right, let's keep taking a look underneath the hood. Of course, all the sectors today are in the red except utilities. As utilities starts to make a little bit of a move, you can maybe play this for a little bit of a hedge in between if we really start seeing some downturn. Stocks like Duke, maybe NEE, NextEra Energy getting a little bit of a lift today. If you're trying to play this little ride up, we'll see what happens. This stock doesn't move the most. You know, that's the one thing I would say. Let's take a look at the ATR for that. If you look at this on the daily, this is going to be the yellow line there. It says about $1.39. So on average, on a good day, about $1.39. And when this stock is really moving, it could move maybe about $2. So we'll see what happens today. Not a bad day. The range today was about $2.22. So that just shows you kind of like that bigger range expansion today. We'll see if this can continue running and get there towards the 77 move on the next one. What's going on, MJ? MJ, is that the real Michael Jordan? I heard you sold your majority stake in the Charlotte Hornets. What happened there, man? Some good money that Michael Jordan made selling that out. All right, let's keep going. Remember when Triple D said at this AM that NEE order imbalance to sell? He's talked about buying. Hey, we'll see what happened there on NEE if it gets that next move up. Apparently, Argentina is hot. Yeah, it's definitely hot. It's for sure. All right, let's keep going. You can take a look at like emerging markets if you wanted to take a look at playing something like that. This is pretty interesting. Like the EEM has really kind of pushed up and really kind of propped. Maybe you look for pullbacks on something like that if you're looking to play some emerging markets. Hey, I see you out there, MJ. You got it? Take that money. All right, let's keep going. EKS saying early imbalances here, 254 to the buy side. We'll see if that can actually move the market and they get filled up here. We'll see if it gets that move to the upside. All right, let's keep taking a look at what else is going on in the market here. Chevron. Ooh, Chevron getting a little bit of a bounce there towards 157. We'll look to see if it bounces up there. At least I took some profits on the day, so now I can play with some of those. And there is one trade that I have in the red right now that I'm keeping a close eye, which is AU. It's a gold trade. And I'm looking at just this kind of sideways consolidation. I was thinking that we'd make him move to 25. So I really set my stop right below 24 already. And I'm just going to keep working this position to see if I can get it back towards that 24. It got close today. I had it set towards like 2380s earlier. Now I've slightly moved it up there into the 2390s. We'll see if this can get right back up there towards 2450s and 2475. The big move will be a daily close above 25. We'll see what happens in gold overall. GOLD starting to come back a little bit today. GLD, not a bad move there as this starts to rise. I'm going to look to see if gold can make a move. And then, of course, if I want to, once this starts making a move, I can start looking at like JNUG for like some day trading action here. All right, we'll see what else is going on. CVX is still a Buffett stock. No, I mean, kind of like a Buffett stock, but hey, sometimes you got to fight them. I'll step up to the plate. We'll see what happens. All right, let's keep going. What else is going on in the market today? Defensives were up, but now just falling off the tape. And that just goes to show us when every sector just starts getting hit, that's where we got to be careful that things could really fall off. Financial services, healthcare, all these stocks falling off. Let's see how we close here. We could have a little bit of a rip up, though, with, of course, the quad witch. We'll find out. Is it a sell moment? We'll find out in just a little bit. The Qs are coming down. We'll definitely see in the next kind of 15 minutes, 20 minutes, how the market reacts. All right, let's take a look at some of the stocks in the market. Of course, technology getting hit the hardest, but also cyclicals turning around. And you got to be careful with those cyclical names. Like I've told you, as quickly as they go up, that's how quickly they come right back down. So like, let's say like a Macy's, it did make a move up. Now going sideways, will it start getting hit right back down there towards the 14? This doesn't look too bad. It looks like it's trying to hold on, but if it gets right back low through like the 1550 spot, oof, this could be right back towards 14. All right, let's keep going. We'll see what else is going on. Jay Rice saying he nibbled on some Monday. Ooh, you're buying the dip there? All right. I can't blame you for it. It definitely is at least nice little prop up and nice and slow moving up. Love it if it can hold that 170 and a nice little pullback opportunity. Just needs to hold that, get towards the next levels, towards the upside. This doesn't look too bad. I like that one, and maybe like Workday are some that I'm keeping an eye out for. You can see Workday pulling back a little bit right now, but I kind of like how this did a little bit of a push up, now pulling back. As long as it kind of holds a 218 spot, maybe makes the next run towards 225. These are just some that I'm watching. We'll see what happens. Interesting mention there, Jay. All right, let's keep going. We'll take a look at some other action. AMD pulling back towards 120 today. This is starting to look like a little bit of a breakdown there, at least on AMD. Nvidia still not doing the biggest breakdown. It did get above that 430 mark, guys. Do we take our shot? I'm fighting myself to do it, team. There's not many times where I fight myself to do it. I think I'm just going to stick with the Tesla trade. I think it would just be too much risk overnight on Nvidia, even though it's already coming down. You guys can see it. I would have took around the 430s. If I would have took it, that's probably the level risking about 433s. Something like this, I won't go at it really hard. For Nvidia, you normally even try to stick with kind of share size of like no more than like 5 at a time, because really quickly you can get stomped on Nvidia when its short squeezes up. All right, let's keep going. We'll take a look at some other action in the markets. Definitely, we'll see if that starts to really break. I was looking at CRM to see if that was going to start having a good move, but it's just holding on by just a thread here. We'll keep looking at some other action. Oracle had been a really strong stock. Did this turn around? This seems a little bit more like it's turning around. Also has really kind of come towards extreme. Let's take a look at the RSI, see if we're on extreme moments for Oracle. And you can definitely see that we're definitely on extreme. This is just as good as it gets, right? And so we'll see what happens there. Does this come right back down here towards 117? This doesn't look too bad there, as it is trying to break down and can barely hold on here. We'll find out if Oracle is a good opportunity for the short side. I kind of like this one for the swing. Would have to risk off of this 127 here. But it's not looking too bad here. Let's take a shot on this one. Let me see what I can get. Trying to get a little bit here. I like the 126 level. All right, here's 125.90s here. See if we get a little bit of a push up here, and then I can really get it, especially above 126. I take the shot. I'm going to put the order out there, see if I can get filled right above 126. All right, I'm putting the order out there. I'll see if I get hit. I'll let you guys know. I don't want to jump on it right now on the bid. I'm going to put it up a little bit above the offer and see if I take a hit there. Adobe starting to turn around. We talked about how this one would it go through 500 before it turned around? Oh, it did go through 500. It made a nice spike there. Now starting to turn around. We'll see what happens to Adobe. Will it come all the way back down to 400? That's where I really want it to come back down towards, but I don't know if it's going to be all the way back down there. Could hold up around this high, 491. If not, come back to the 9 EMA around the 470s, but definitely turning around today after pretty decent earnings report, right? But starting to fall off. All right, let's keep going. Just catching up in the chat. Shot. It says Raz. Let's keep it going. It's Friday, ain't it? We're almost to that 4 o'clock time. It's 5 o'clock somewhere. Money Mitch, is your bias mainly to the short side, says MJ. And no, just really, it's right now. It seems like it is, right? And the big thing is I look for turns in the market. I have no problem going long. Like I was long Intel. I was long Square. I was long ARKK on this ride up. What else I was long? I was long a couple other names. I've played Unity a couple of times to the upside. The truth is just I try to stick with what I see, right? And if I can play a turn, sometimes you can make a lot of money on a turn, right? Like the Qs, if this is a real turn, for me, it'll make a lot of money, whether it be from the SQQQ, whether it be from Tesla. Tesla already making me good money. So I got to take some shots sometimes. But really, when the market is going up like it is, we want to be trying to maybe go with the trend and not shorting so much, right? This has actually cost me the last 4 days. I've been trying to see the trend change before it changed. And that has cost me this week, pretty much, right? Let's just be honest. All right, Kendo, how we doing? Thank you all day traders who shorted Nvidia. I took profits from this position today, selling 384 shares today, about a fourth of your Nvidia position. You guys helped me buy the G-Wagon. Take it, Kendall. Take it. Ain't going to be mad at you. We ain't mad. And definitely, there's always two sides of the market, right? There's going to be shorters, there's going to be longs. And I think the fun part is just playing your position. Whichever way, if someone's on the other side, hey, just say, wish you luck and see what happens. But definitely, shout out there. I'm glad you were able to take some profits, right? At least paid yourself. And this is the important thing too. That's why I paid myself in Intel. Sometimes we get these really good positions, and if we don't pay ourselves and they come back on us, that's when we really get frustrated because we had all this green and then we let it go. That's what I don't want to do in certain swing positions, especially. All right, let's keep going. Let's take a look at some of the stocks that you guys were mentioning earlier. So we'll do a little ticker time, guys. Keep dropping in those tickers. It's 3:42. Let's see how much we can keep going today. Jenny has some interesting ones we can take a look at. Nike's continued going. Let's see how it's doing today, as they did a nice inside day yesterday. We talked about that level. Would it go right back towards the upside? And today, nice continuation through the resistance. You can see it in the pre-market also showing up. And I think that's very important. Look at the resistance. Look at it in the pre-market. Look how it becomes your support here after that action. You get above it. You start doing kind of a rule of three. You crack right below it and really quickly reclaim that level. So I would be looking for around the 113s to kind of hold here. I wouldn't want to see 113s hold to see the trend continue higher. But Nike, a nice reversal after pretty much taking a big beating lately. Fubo. Fubo. You taking a shot on the Fubo? We'll see what happens there. I think my biggest thing with Fubo is that they started changing prices. Their prices are pretty expensive already. I thought they were going to be able to kind of really go after a different company, or I thought someone would go after them, to be honest. And then I thought they would get more into the sports gambling. That didn't go well. I don't know. Fubo has let me down lately. And I don't know if I believe in the long-term story in Fubo TV anymore. It's trying to make a move up, but this is kind of, to me, just more a little stair step higher. We'll see if it's able to hold on. Plug is one that's interesting. This is one that I always feel like goes up and down. It always talks about fuel cell like it's going to be the biggest and most advanced technology. And to tell you the truth, I don't see fuel cell kicking off for a long time. So to say that Plug Power is going to really kill it, would say that FSIL is going to really kill it. And these stocks have a tendency of, making moves because they're momentum plays. But I just don't like it here. Not my favorite play right now. All right, let's keep going. Let's take a look at what else is going on. What else you got here? Docu, let's see. Docu coming right back down. This one doesn't look too bad. At least you know your kind of outs are coming back here towards the 50s and the 47. But it doesn't look like it's favored right now. I personally not the biggest fan of Docu. DraftKings is a little bit better. That's been doing good. But one thing to notice today is now what do we have here? We have a rule of three turning around from the top. So you got 1, 2, 3, 4 attempts to break out. And now you're starting to break down, right? And so a lot of times I say that this goes and tests the support. Doesn't mean it really needs to break down, but can come back and test this support, right? We'll see if it comes back here, kind of fills in the gap eventually, because this gap has not been filled since the moment it happened. And if it does fill that gap, that's probably going to be the area that I would be looking at towards kind of 22s to play it on a pullback. We'll see what happens there on DraftKings. Not the prettiest chart as it turned around from the 26. But I still like it over time, right? And I don't think it will ever get back down to $10. At least I feel so. And we'll see what happens. All right, Overstock. That stock is lovely because it loves to squeeze. And when it squeezes, it keeps going. A lot of the times it has a trend. I'll tell you right now, you got to be careful when you're playing Overstock. I think it can continue running because when this one has a tendency of getting that lift, it does push higher. Now it's pulling back here towards 22. If we eventually have a big rip day, maybe Overstock gets that next level towards 23. Right now it is pulling back. Just be careful here. And I would want it to hold especially 21 and not break that. Once 21 goes, this could go. All right, next week, purchase of Triple BY. No, I'm not touching Triple BY at all. I wouldn't touch it. I think that's a definitely no touch for me. All right, let's keep going. How we doing out there, guys? You guys throw up some tickers. Let's go to some new comments. What are you guys looking at? Bad Fubo. Why did they disappoint me? I mean, to tell you the truth, I was early on Fubo when it came public, and I know that you weren't with us, Raz, when that happened, but that was when it did this big rip. And I still remember calling it pretty well here. And that was when it was $9 to $10, and it eventually went there to 60. So that was when I liked Fubo. Now I definitely don't like it. It's actually below those levels, and that just doesn't make me feel confident that this company is going to come back. I think eventually Fubo might disappear. That's just my personal. And the thing is also YouTube TV is actually probably the next best breed in TV streaming, especially now that they have the Sunday ticket. I think Fubo is going to start losing out. All right, let's see what else is going on. Carvana being mentioned in the chat. Let's take a look at the Carvana. That went higher towards 25.15. Today, I was trying to play a firm. I'll talk about that one coming up here. This has been a good ride up, and I think that you're going to continue to see maybe Carvana grind, but it could pull back here towards around the 20s or maybe 22 before it wants to take that move up. So I'd be looking for maybe pullbacks towards that level and then trying to hold here. Definitely wouldn't want to see it break like 20s, but I could see it pulling back here. It looked like it tried to make a move above this resistance, just not finding buyers above 26 here as Carvana starts to pull back. We'll see what happens in a firm coming back to 1666 today. I thought that maybe that could get the lift back there towards 19 and 20s. No, it's kind of rejecting that. I'll look to see if it holds 16. If it doesn't, 15 and 13 really quickly can come into play. CrowdStrike, that was one that's been running with PanW, now coming back here. And PanW has had a little bit of an expansion move. So this is also on the top of the RSI game and now starting to turn around here. So this could be a little bit of a topping action that could pull back names like Snow, CrowdStrike, right? ZS could pull back on this. Well, there you guys see it. Another one here, clear example of some topping action. Kind of actually like this one for a short off this like 158 level. Let's actually see if I can get some of this. This actually looks pretty good here on Zscaler for the short. All right, just grab some at 154.09s. So definitely jumped on the bid there, but I'll take it there. Not doing too bad there. 154.09 there for Zscaler. Going to take a little bit of a shot off the 160s and see what happens there. Can do it like maybe towards 160.50s, but this doesn't look too bad. This looks like it wants to just fall off a cliff. We'll see what happens there on Zscaler. Taking some shots there, Moses. Appreciate you. You brought up a name, and look at that. I took a shot. Smash the like button out there if you guys enjoy me taking all these stocks from the chat. W, sunshine, baby, sunshine. Let's take a look there. Wayfair is continuing stronger here and just continuing to climb. This is one that could just keep squeezing. I know that this one's just played way too high on the RSI, but I'll tell you right now, I wouldn't get in front of Wayfair by any means. I've seen the way that retail reacts to this. This could keep going. This is actually one that we should keep watching, and we're not keeping a close eye on. It's already made like a 10-point move, but it's reloading, and it looks like it wants to keep going. I'd keep this one on my radar, definitely. Wayfair, this one's not one that I'd short right now. This looks like it's holding that little pullback. You can see here how this kind of just ran up, pulled back, and now holding a resistance. Now it's going to try to attack this kind of resistance here. We've already attacked it earlier on the day. That was around the 55.56. Let's see if we can close above 55.50s. That's going to be a nice look on the daily as you push higher there in Wayfair. All right, UNG. UNG finally getting a little bit of a move. Do we go after the Boyle? Nah, guys, the Boyle's banned on this show. And you guys know why. Because I lost a lot on Boyle trying to come after it multiple times. But can you look at UNG? I mean, it does look like we have some bottoming, but I almost want to put a sock in my mouth for just even saying that. Because I've seen this bottom plenty of times before. Now, on the weekly, there is some kind of rule of three kind of playing in here. And so you can see what? One bottom attempt here, guys. Two bottoms attempts, three bottoms attempts, and then a reversal style candle. This is what I look for to show me reversals off of patterns. The same way I do it on the reversal side. So I showed some charts like that were turning around, especially like topping, right? Showing the topping side. Well, this is kind of the bottoming side here on UNG. We'll see what happens. If it can make a move to 8, that will be a nice little confident move. A move to 7, then another block to 8, and then 9. Really start getting that moving. And if it does, I'll probably be looking to play Boyle on that action because Boyle moves a lot faster than UNG, and I'll be looking just to take the move and run. What you think of Beam, says Carmen. Let's take a look. That's a Kathy Wood favorite. I know she likes Beam. Let's take a look. Beam, let's take a look here. This is a solar play. It's turning around here. It's just falling off the tape when solar was getting hot, right? And so look at First Solar. Remember, we were talking First Solar for so long. Now First Solar is about to break a longer term trend line that's not looking good here. And if First Solar goes, the leader, well, be careful. So may the industry. And you can see this longer term trend line. It hasn't completely broken it yet. So that's one thing to at least note. It could bounce off of that level, but you can clearly see that right there in First Solar. Breaks that. 150s are in play. And I think that with that, Beam would be probably through these lows of the 842. Looks like it wants a little lower. Is it a bad stock? Maybe not. But to tell you the truth, if the industry goes, it might go too. ENPH, same thing I'd say to this. This might not come back to 200. Let's look at it like let's look into this sector overall. And this is the industry, right? You can see here on the industry, we had a big supporting trend line at the bottom, and now it's kind of like rejecting to get back above that. That's not good outlook, especially if you get a big downturn here in solar. So I would be a little bit careful with names like that, especially like SEDG. Look how it's starting to turn around the 400. It was looking like it wanted to get above towards 300, 400. Now it's looking like it wants to go back to 200. All right, we'll see what else is going on out there. Smash it up. Definitely Kendo for the win. That's for sure. Dano, what's going on? Even Kramer was saying for the last couple of days that we've had this magnificent 7 propping up stocks. And you know, one thing that I would say is, though, Kramer, why'd you have to go ahead and destroy Kava? He was the one that was recommending it yesterday. There you go. What happens? Kapow! Right back down. Man, Kava, you're going to probably bring down the Chipotle dragon too. Chipotle getting hit a little bit today, and I think that's off of Kava, and this could fill in this gap eventually. But man, right back down to 38.15. Be careful with IPOs. I was talking about this today on live trading. I was really worried about this IPO because it was supposed to open like at 20s, and it opened up like above 40s. Like, come on, man. That's a 99% appreciation in one day before it even opened. That's how these other stocks that IPO'd were tricks. Coin, a perfect example of that trick on IPO. Airbnb was a trick like that on IPO. We got to be careful when we're dealing with these IPOs. Hood was a perfect example of that on IPO, right? We got to be careful with stocks like that. When they're not supposed to open up when it's supposed to open up at 20 and then they open up at 40, that's a big warning sign. Maybe you can ride it for a little while, but should you be looking at that as a long-term investment? The stock just went up 100%. Got to be careful, team. All right, let's see what else is going on. Hi, Mitch. Can we replace our income with swing trading? Well, if you're really good at it, I mean, I think you could, but you have to swing a little bit bigger. You have to have a bigger account. Because the truth is that you're going to have to play different plays. Like sometimes, like right now, I have 6 positions open. But the truth is my results are not your results. So it's just going to be about how good of a trader you are, Jazz. But can there be swing trading? And are there successful swing traders out there? Yeah. Do I replace my income with swing trading? No. It's more like supplemental income, something extra to push me forward. Maybe take a nice vacation. Ain't gonna be mad about that. All right, let's keep going. We'll see what else is going on. Did Nvidia finally crack? Oh man, did it crack? Oh, the 430s. It would have been a good one, team. It would have been a good one. We were talking about it right here, guys. At least you know that I was thinking about it. And Mitch, are you still short Tesla? Oh, baby, we opened the new one, Kevin. We took the money. We opened the new one. We going for it. We taking our shot. I'm at 260.36. I'm essentially underwater right now. I've been opening up bigger and bigger on Tesla. But hey, man, this is as pretty much as I get as big on Tesla as I take a shot. So I'm taking it. We'll see what happens. All right, Shop being mentioned in the chat. Shop pulling back. I'm sure of it, and there you guys see it. I think I'll be looking for pullbacks on Shop to come right back down. But where does this stop? Maybe the 9 EMA, but not really confident about that. It's going to be more about when does the growth story come back into play. All right, we'll see what else is going on. Big volume on Airbnb. Let's take a look here. Airbnb is up there towards 128.70s. Has been pushing pretty strong. I mean, we've seen like growth names, airlines really take off. How's Hilton doing today? Not as good there. Marriott also turning around. Could be maybe a seller trying to get out there near the kind of the 128s as Airbnb looks like it's trying to make a move to the upside here. We'll see what else has happened. Maybe there's a big wall seller at 129. That's what it seems like to me, but I can't see the level 2, Jim, so I can't really tell you right now. All right, let's see what else is going on. You and me both. Boyle, yeah. I'll tell you the truth, man. Boyle's a hard one. All right, DocuSign, I'm going to leave that one alone. That one's a whole nother ball game. I just don't see that turning around anytime soon. It looks better a little bit today, but really, I'm not touching it. Hood. Oh, man. Hood. The savings accounts are okay. They did start a high savings account, but there's plenty of places to get a high savings account. Now, is Hood completely a disaster? No, I don't think it's a complete disaster. But do I want a stock that's moved pretty much nowhere in about, let's say, a year or two? Not really my thing there. All right, let's keep going. The biggest interference between profits and losses, 0 to DTE settlements. Yeah, that's true. Bros, let's take a look at Bros. What's going on out there, team? I'm going to catch up to you guys. I'm almost there. I'm trying to get through all these actions. You guys smash it up if you guys see anything. It's 3:59. Let's go. Let's go. We got to hurry this up. All right, Bros, I'm bearish for right now. Bros on the bearish. BA, Boeing. I actually like this play right now. I'm looking for this one to pull back towards like the 9 EMA. 9 EMA around 216. It doesn't look too bad. We'll see if it can keep going on Boeing. All right, let's keep going. Anyone else there? Anyone trading Sirius XM Group? Oh, no, I can't handle that. Maxen, solar out of Singapore. It was really hot, and now might not be, man. It's starting to turn around. And why? I think a lot of that is First Solar, and I've talked about it. As industry leaders go, a lot of the industry tends to follow. Can someone donate a share at Chipotle for me? Well, Raz, come over. I'll buy you a burrito. How about that? All right, let's keep going. What else is being mentioned? SQQQ. Yes, I have the SQQQ. I'm taking the swing on the SQQQ team. I got 1907s. We'll see what happens on that one. See if I'm able to get deeper into the green. I did get Zscaler there, so we'll see what happens on that one. That one's looking good. That's the Bell team taking some shots. I got 4 shorts on and 1 long. And to tell you the truth, the long is also a short. So pretty heavily weighted to the short side on Monday or Tuesday, really, when we come back. We'll find out what happens. Do we start seeing that destruction in tech? Do we see a turnaround? Tuesday will really let us know. Today is the first day we see a little bit of a crack. Let's find out. What's a really good way that I will know? I will tell you guys right here, just looking at the RSI continuing to drop. That's what I will be looking for. Today's RSI right now, a reading of 74.90 on the Qs. I'm going to look for that to come lower towards like, let's say 72.42s and just keep going down, eventually breaking the 70s here and going lower. That's going to show me that we're getting that turnaround. You could also see it here from kind of the topping action, just like you would see on stocks, right? 1, 2, 3, 4th peak, turn around, baby. The rule of 3, Money Mitch's rule of 3. And I do want to let you guys know, have you guys checked out my new post on Twitter? I have been starting something new for you guys, and I hope that you guys enjoyed, especially you guys that tune in here to start swing trade. It's really cool. So what I'm pretty much doing here, and I'll show you guys what it is I'm starting up a sunrise report. And what's the sunrise report? It's quickly what you want in the morning, right? So I'll show you guys this. Like this morning, it was all about what stocks were making moves, right? Adobe, Micron, Morgan Stanley bullish on Nvidia, SoFi, Humana, Virgin Galactic, right? Well, keep up with all the action, guys. I hope that you guys will join and definitely retweet, check it out, the Sunrise Report. And that's always going to be put out right before 8 a.m. on my Twitter. So you guys can check that out. Of course, Money Mitch BZ. I'll see you guys back on Tuesday. Stay safe this weekend. Have fun, of course. Sometimes get the market out of your head. I know I said that, right? But that's the truth. And then we come back in refreshed, ready to go. I'll see you guys back in the hot seat on Tuesday, and we'll find out, is Money Mitch in the green or not? Always, you guys can reach out to me at Money Mitch BZ. Send me a message. You guys got a strategy, a stock, or anything you want me to check out? I'll see you guys next time, and hit the like before you get out of here. Stay safe out there. Have fun, traders, and always work to improve those skills.